Yep. Not quite. All right, Shalom. Bear with us. We're going to just make sure that everything is working as far as the YouTube, the sound, and everything else. So so if you have any questions, be willing to type them in. Right? Just bear with me as well. Make sure that you log in. Make sure that you type in your login if you log it in. Make sure you type in your city. Make sure you type in your status. That you present yourself, man. Present yourself the correct way as an Israelite. All right. So we cool on the sound. So we're gonna get to it. And Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Shemal Atham Hashem Yahushua, precinct officer of 1,000 bars I recall, filling in for Officer Marah, 5,000. It's Hebrew class. You understand? We're reading this, understand going through the Hebrew. Traditionally, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, language, tongue, our ways of communication, man. You understand? We've been doing this since 1969 under Commander General YAHANNA, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And again, if you're tuning in today, right now, make sure that you account yourself by presenting your name and the city that you're in so you can get your credit due. You understand? We all know that here in the Israelite school, UPK, we keep documents. So once you log in class, you understand? You'll log in class, you'll get the proper, you'll get the proper count, you understand, for attending class. So make sure you put your zone, make sure you put your name, and you state, you understand, your registry, your tribe, man. You understand? Make sure you state your tribe. Get to know your tribe, man. Get to know everything. Today, right now, we getting to know traditionally every Friday, man. Every Friday is the Lashawan Qadash class, where we go throughout, the world speaking in English and Spanish and Patois and French, and some brothers want to learn Chinese. I don't understand why, but the language, man, the language barrier between blacks and Latinos. You understand the barrier, Shalakia, between blacks and Latinos is the language, man. It's the language. That's the only reason why we don't think that we're the same. You know what I'm saying? But if I could sit here and talk Spanish to a Latino person, then we'll be able to communicate more. You understand? The Latinos that don't speak English will be able to talk to, let's say Patois, a brother speaking Jamaican. You understand? You speaking a little French to the Haitians. You understand? We all had our original language. We'll be able to communicate more. We'll be able to communicate more. We'll be able to come back to our laws, statutes, commandments, honestly, man. So what we're going to go to right now, right here, right, is get to the rip of this all, man. When I say get to the rip, what are we talking about? In the beginning of the days, man, when the Lord chose Adam, man. You understand? When the Lord chose Adam to actually hold this truth and be the first man to establish the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? We read out the Bible. The Christian pastor does not know anything about this. You understand? The Christian pastor does not know anything about the holy tongue. Now, the holy tongue they think it is Hamala Shamala Hamala Hamala. You understand? I haven't been to church for so long, but this is what General Muhammad says is how they sound. And every time I hear it, it hurts my ears. You understand? Because I know, and it's insulting. First of all, it's insulting, man. You understand? When brothers out the UPK study themselves, study to show themselves approved in this Lashawan Qadash, man. But that is what they sound like in the Christian church. You understand? The habala, hoobity, hobbity, and all that stuff, man, and really thinking that they talking to the Lord. You understand? It is in ignorance. It shows how much of a lack of knowledge and understanding that we have, man. You understand? The holy tongue is not what you won't find that in Christian church. Christian church don't know nothing about being holy. You understand? Ain't no holiness inside the church unless it's through their signs or something. You understand? The church has nothing to do with the Bible. So what we're going to go to, right? And again, reading You understand where this is coming from? You want to say something else, what?
Good. What you were saying, heavy, because that shows the idiocy of the Christian church and what our oppressors taught us as far as the Bible. Like, how the hell, or at least our people, like, I don't know if Esau know, but our people take speaking his tongue and start saying gibberish. But a tongue is another word for language. And that's clearly what the Bible is talking about. So, like, that just goes to show, like, if your mom or your granny or your, like, I hope your father in there.
Right.
Doing the Christian speaking in tongues. Like, I hope your father not in there doing that. But if you know what I'm saying, your family members is doing that, it's like, that goes to show how much you don't know about the Most High or the books you're into, because you sitting there making noise with your mouth. And the tongue is just another word for language. That's all it is. French is a tongue. You know what I'm saying? English is a tongue. You know what I'm saying? Spanish is a tongue. But what you do in the Christian church? Start making noises with your mouth.
And you know what, man? It's exactly what you were saying. This was like, as a man, and you sitting there speaking in tongues, and you know what it is? Like, if you claim to be speaking in tongues in church, first of all, you're a liar, right? You're sitting here performing a goddamn show. And you so insane that you actually believe that you connecting with God. You know what I'm saying? Speaking this lying tongue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what in the world will be related to what we hear in the Christian church, talking about shamala hamala shalama hamalama shalama. Now the thing is this: if you actually know Hebrew, like we say shalom, you understand? And I know that's not what they're saying. You understand? It's not no shalom. They're not saying shalom. What they're saying is some buffoonery. You understand? Again, it's them actually believing that they're talking to the Lord by lying, this lying language that they have in the goddamn Christian church, performing it. And you know what? They believe that they actually talking to the Lord. You know, who in the hell taught you how to speak to the Lord? You know, and that's why the Christian church is so goddamn wicked, man, because they really think, like, they really make it seem as if, like, people have this special power. You know, like, if you have this special power, what are you doing to help the damn people, man? Here in the Israelite school, I.S.U.P.K, what we do is hold classes 6 days a week, man. That's how you help the people, man. You understand? The churches, you know, they're not always open. I believe, as far as right now, it's Wednesday for just Bible study. You may get like a little choir study or something. I don't know when the hell they do that, but as far as I know, church is only open on Sundays and Wednesday. How are you really helping your people when you're closed throughout the damn week, man? You understand? Every Friday, faithfully, traditionally, man, we speak the Lashawan Qadash, and on Saturday we follow it up. You understand? We learn it on Friday, and then we use it on Saturday, and we apply it every day after that. You understand? Is knowing our native tongue helps us get closer to the Lord. Not going to church and, you know, sweating and dancing and speaking in Hebrew tongues. They call it tongues. Exactly. You sound like you're putting all the languages together. You understand? It's tongues is what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? But we speak the Lashawan Qadash, which means the holy. You understand? The holy tongue. Lashawan Qadash. You understand? So let's go into it, man. We're going to go into the book of Genesis. We're going to go into the book of Genesis, man, where Adam, right, was chosen to be the authority here on this earth. Adam was given dominion, you understand? Adam was given dominion to actually, you know, set forth and establish something. And matter of fact, before we go to Adam in the Genesis, let's get the book of Second Ezra, right? Second Ezra 6:54, right? And we're going to show you where it says that Adam was given dominion, man. You understand? Adam being the man who was chosen, risen up out of the dust. He did not come from the Lord's breathing. The Lord didn't magically breathe Adam and form him, and he came out the dirt. And, you know, that's not what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That is a fantasy world in Christianity. It's Second Ezra 6:54. right? So has nothing to do with Adam coming up out of the dust and dirt and magically appeared and all the things that we heard in Christian church, man. It is a lie, man. You understand? The Lord gave Adam dominion. You understand? The first man who was chosen out of all the people who was here on this earth, man. Adam wasn't the only people here, wasn't the only man here. Christianity teaches that Adam and Eve were the only two people here on earth. You understand? And God is against, incest. You understand? So that straight up cuts it out. So let's go ahead and get to what we got, second Esdras.
The book of second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54.
Uh-huh.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
See, the Lord made Adam the Lord. What is the Lord, man? The authority, the person that you go to. You understand? These animals, you understand, at one point, you understand, had to obey Adam. Adam had to separate them. Adam had to name these animals, man. You understand? When you name something, what does that signify? It means that I own this. You understand? You name your children, right? You understand? You may name we name a time that you like to have. Oh, this is my chill time. This is my chill time when nobody bothers me. I'm asleep. Don't knock on my door. Leave me be. This is my chill time, right? The Lord said that he gave Adam, dominion. He made him Lord over all what?
All thy creatures.
All thy creatures. What are the creatures, man? We're talking about the bugs. We're talking about the animals. We're talking about the birds. We're talking about the sea creatures. All creatures, man. You understand? The Lord gave them told them to be the Lord, be the man above, be the man and own it. You understand? Just like how you go to your landlord. You have to go to your landlord because he owns that land. You understand? This is what we use the word Lord, not meaning Lord as in God, but Lord as in sir. Lord as in someone you respect. Lord as the overseer. You understand? When our women say yes, Lord, says Khan Adawan Khan, says yes, Lord, yes, sir, yes. You understand? That is her recognizing that you are over her. From the book of 2 Corinthians, man, where they give us the order of a household, man. It said it's man, woman, and child. That's how the order goes. You understand? It's order once we read these scriptures, man. And the order was that Adam was the Lord of all creatures, man. Read on.
Of him come we all.
Of him come we all. Everybody came from Adam, man. We know that. We got the Africans. We got the so-called East Indians. We got the doggone Asians. We got all people. All people came from Adam, man. You understand? We read here in the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 6 and 54, that the Lord chose Adam, man. The Lord chose Adam. You understand? The Lord chose Adam to be Lord of all creatures, man. And we all come from Adam. So now that we know that we run the creatures, this man right here, Adam, he runs the creatures, right? He's the Lord over the creatures, right? And now you understand that Adam was, the progenitor of all people because we come from Adam. Everybody believes that we come from Adam. You understand? We know that Adam wasn't not the first people here on this earth. How do we know that? I mean, we can get into it, man. But we're gonna show you what Adam what Adam deserved here. You understand? What came to Adam, man. What Adam's responsibility was. His responsibility was to be Lord of all beasts. And we're gonna show you. So this is the Lashawan Qadash class, right? This is the class where we go over our native tongue, our holy tongue, man. You understand where it's coming from. Understand how to use it in its proper tense. We're gonna go over the prayers, and we're gonna go over the alphabet or the so-called alphabet. We're gonna go over our characters, man. Hey, shalom, sis. How you doing? So we're gonna go over a few things here in the class. But again, today is the class of Lashawan Qadash, where we learn our native tongue and to learn how to, get used to it, man. Take back what's ours, man. You understand? We reading right now, 2 Esdras 6 and 54. Read it again from the top. Ashta Watt, when you get the chance.
You need a pocket.
You need a pocket for sis?
And a pocket. The other part of the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
The red part.
Yeah, we're gonna get you the other part of the Bible so you can follow up with. So that way, we can all be at one accord here. What we're going through is the language. the Lashawan Qadash. I don't know. We was just speaking on how in church, right? They call it the holy tongues. You ever heard someone saying the holy tongues and claiming that they're speaking to God? It is a lie, man. You understand? This is exactly what it is. Tongues. It sounds like it's a mixture of every goddamn language, man. But that is not the language of the Lord at all. You understand? We're gonna go to Second Ezra 6:54, and we're gonna read who was given dominion over this world, over the creatures. Read it again from the top. I.S.U.P.K.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Adam was Lord over all thy creatures. What creatures are we talking about? The animals. You understand? The birds of the air, the fowls of the air, the creatures of the sea, the creatures of the land, man. This is what the Lord gave Adam. Why did he give Adam these? Because he had to name these things, man. You understand? The Lord told Adam, this is what you need to do so you can be able to establish law that I'm giving you. Adam was the first man to receive the truth. Adam was not the only person here on earth, man. You understand that? We're going to get into that. Read on.
Of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. You understand? Everybody believes this. Everybody believes this until we read further on, man. Adam was the man, again, who was given the law first. You understand? All people come from Adam, man, because at one point, who came from Adam was Noah. That's why everybody say, they can believe that story, because at one point, Noah was the only man here on earth, along with his family. You understand? But Adam was the one who was chosen to establish the law that God gave him. You understand? Read on.
It's like, if I could too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this in them separating Israel, it seemed like it's kind of the same thing, right? Like the Lord took Adam out of everybody. It's like he took Israelites out of everybody. So that means, like, prior to that, everybody was living lawless and doing what they wanted to do.
Everybody was running around here reckless, man.
Eating what they want to eat,
doing whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Whatever their mind see fit to do.
That's why the Lord.
Like, he take a brother, boom, and teach you what to do. Yeah, you a woman, and the rest of society come from that stock versus the stock everybody else.
That's exactly why the Lord said there ain't nothing new under the sun. Because everything that's been going on today has already been going. You understand? This world been lawless. Without the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K, you understand? This world would be in, hell. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have no law. We wouldn't even have none. So why did the Commander General YAHANNA to hold on to what was given to Adam? Think about that. You understand? That's deep. Without us keeping the traditions, and actually holding on to something, man, what the Lord established, this world would be upside down. It's already upside down, that's what. It's already going crazy, you know what I'm saying? But with the mercy that the Lord has given this earth, the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K is here, still here. You understand? And now that we have an understanding of knowing that, okay, Adam, you two wild sis, you good? Okay, sorry about that. She's definitely friendly. She's a friendly cat. She means no harm. Yeah. But now that we know that Adam, is, the Lord of these creatures that was set here on earth, and Adam was chosen, from everybody else. Now let's figure out, if Adam was given dominion, who are the people that came from Adam? This is what we're going to read right now. This is what we're reading in 2 Ezra 6:54. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in. Make sure that if you are logged in, make sure you state in, your premises, man, as far as where you're coming from. Give out your name, you understand, state your registry, so that way we can account you for your proper presence, you understand, so we can take notes of who's in here on class. But again, this is the Lashawan Qadash class. I'm filling in for Precinct Officer Marad, Officer 5000 Marad. And again, we're going to get to, like, where did this come from, the Lashawan Qadash? Who deserved it? You understand? Why is it here? And who are these people? You understand that that should be native to this language? Because again, there's a lot of trickery that's going on. We got the so-called Jewish man claiming to be us and claiming to take our language. when the Lord established it for Adam. You understand? You got a question, sis?
The Jewish people, their ancestors, they actually were originally called the serpent people, weren't they?
Say it again.
I said the so-called Jews, the Khazars, weren't they originally called the serpent people for a reason? Like they were amongst like Eastern Europeans, and they were called at once serpent people.
Serpent people?
Yeah, the serpent people. That was their original name.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: their original name is I.S.U.P.K. You understand, which comes from the term of Edom. Back in the day, we talking about language, right? Today, right? I.S.U.P.K. You understand, which is red. You understand, red men. You understand? I mean, the serpent, that slippery serpent, exactly what you're talking about with Adam, was the spirit of the white man. You understand? And we can get into that too. The serpent being low. You understand? When it says we're talking about the snake with Adam and Eve, right? What do you call people today you don't trust or is moving funny? So you call them a snake. You understand? You don't call them a snake because they literally slithering around you. You understand? It's a terminology. You understand? You're low. You know what I'm saying? You're belly. You know what I'm saying? You're low. Doing something, conniving. That serpent was that same serpent is that same spirit of that man who's running the world today. You understand? By his language and the game that he ran on Eve, you understand, is the reason why he was able to get away. Maybe again, who knows what would have happened if Eve would have not listened to him. But we gotta understand the beast that we dealing with, and we gonna always expose that serpent, man. You understand? Because again, this is what God wants us to know. He wants us to know who we're dealing with. But for right now, we're gonna continue to read the second Esdras. Go ahead, Ashtawat, you go ahead and read where you left off. And it's always good. It's always good to know who your enemy is, man. Because again, out of Adam comes our enemies, and we're gonna read. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people who thou hast chosen come from Adam. So now that we know all people come from Adam, now the Lord is saying what? Read it again.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people whom thou hast chosen. So now that we we got a lineage that come from Adam. Everybody come from Adam, sis. Everybody. The Chinese, the goddamn stinking Africans, the East Indians, you understand? Who else we got? The white man, we all come from Adam, but also there's a people who God has chosen. Nobody wants to, this is where people stop listening to us. Oh, no, you guys are reading, what kind of Bible you reading? You guys are the devil, this and the third. We reading out the Bible, man. You understand? Read on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
See, thou hast made it the world for our sakes, man. You understand? Thou, when we talking about thou, we're talking about thee. We usually talking about the Most High, or me. You understand? The Israelites. That's who it's pertaining to. That thou is always a thou. It's meaning you. You know what I'm saying? Thou has made the world for our sakes. The Lord, you understand? Made the world for those people's sake that was chosen out of Adam. Read on.
As for the other people.
As for the other people. You understand? When we're talking about the other people, we're not talking about the people who the Lord has chose. We're talking about the other nations that come from Adam. You understand? Read on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Said that they are what?
Nothing.
They are what?
Nothing.
See? And that's what people we read that. They hate to hear that. You understand? We tell them that these other nations, yeah, you come from Adam. Everybody comes from Adam. Everybody coming on. Come here and listen to this. We all come from Adam. They feel like we together at that point. But then when the Lord makes a clear division, you understand? He read it. You understand what the Lord said that they had said that they are nothing. And he always been nothing, man. You understand? There's nothing that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans cannot learn from the Bible. Go ahead, sis.
Does do we come from Noah? Like I know from Adam, everybody from Adam, but how did the bloodline start separated? Did they start separating with Noah?
Exactly, it's exactly with Noah. But the Lord divided, you understand, the nations when he chose Adam. When the Lord chose Adam and gave him, again, what we're reading and what we're going to get into, when he gave Adam the authority, he chose that brother's seed line. You know, the Lord does whatever the hell he wants to do. You understand? And since we all know that, the Lord chooses who he wants to choose. Out of that bloodline, you know, from Adam, went all the way to Noah. You understand? He never involved anyone else. It's just that the Lord had to get rid of that world. When I say world, I mean time and society. The Lord had to get rid of that world surrounding Noah because of, you know, the wickedness that was going on. But he always stuck with that team, if you understand what I'm saying, since Adam. And Adam, again, was chosen out of everyone else around that time. You understand? Being, you know, the like you would hear, we would hear again, we're going to get to it. But Adam was being the one who was chosen and chose a woman of his flesh. Not literally talking about, you know, his flesh, but flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. You understand? Meaning that we're family, not literal family. Adam wasn't dealing with his sister literally. You understand? But Adam was like we address you as our sister, not our literal sister. You know, we didn't come from Thawada. We didn't come from the tribe. You understand? The family, the household. You understand? This is where Adam was chosen, and then when they got to Noah, the Lord just stayed with that tribe. You understand what I'm saying? So then from there is the separation happened again. But again, we're gonna get to that. You understand? Go ahead, read on I.S.U.P.K. We're gonna get to your questions too, sis. We're just gonna read on for the people to get the understanding.
But be like unto spittle.
Be unto like what?
Spittle.
We talking about the other nations that who are called nothing. Was what God looks at them, what the Most High looks at them and said that you're nothing. And now he comparing them to spit. You understand? This is how the Lord thinks about these other nations. You know, while we too busy here loving these other nations and wanting to be hand in hand, and, you know, Black Lives Matter and all this, the Lord look at these other nations like spit. Now, that is the most disrespectful thing you can do to somebody is spit on somebody's face, right? Now, the Lord compared these nations unto like spit. How many times do we spit throughout the day? And I'm pretty sure you don't spit out your mouth, sis, because you know you look like you carry yourself with some dignity, right? But as men, you know, I mean, we at work sometimes we may get that nasty taste in my mouth. I'm spitting all day sometimes. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and worry about the spit. You know, that's how the Lord look at these other nations, man. Read on.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Meaning this, if I have a cup, right, and I shake the cup, you seen the water that just spilled out? I'm not going to try to pick this water up and put it back in the cup. It's whatever, it's spilled. You understand? That's how the Lord look at these other nations. It's worthless. You understand? There's nothing worth, you know, putting back into the cup. Because again, he already chose the man that he wanted to have authority here over this earth, which was Adam, and passed down to Noah. You understand? When it comes to the separation part. Read on.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen.
These what?
Heathen.
These what?
Heathen.
Heathens, man. You understand? When we talking about heathens now in the Bible, it can mean two things. You know what I'm saying? Heathen can be somebody within our tribe, but that just don't follow our laws. You understand? Being an Israelite, you know, we would consider heathens in the world. Why? Because we did not keep the Lord's law. You understand? That's what we consider the heathen. A heathen could be a stranger. You understand? And somebody upon your nation. But here, what we talking about is the other nations. This context is talking about the heathens, the so-called Africans, the so-called white man, East Indians, the Chinese and Japanese. Those are heathens according to the Bible. You understand? And again, we all know that, you know, we're here in this captivity today. You know, we know that they all work together to keep us oppressed. Think about it. You know, everybody outside of our circle works together. That's why we got a Chinese store in every block. That's why we got Crown Fried Chicken on every block. There's a reason why, you understand, the white man gives us a job and works our back end. You understand? That's the reason why the so-called Chinese, man, they have a Chinatown in every major city. You understand? These people do business together. And you know who's the business? We are. You understand? We are the business. They work us, you understand, to death. But the Lord said that they are nothing, you understand? And He's going to show you how much of nothing that they are. He already said they're nothing. They're like spit, and He called you a heathen. What else He about to say? Read on.
Which have been ever reputed as nothing.
And always been reputed as nothing, meaning this, since Adam, the Lord never cared about them. You understand? Everyone like to say God loves everybody, this, that, then why did He flood the earth?
Right.
You understand? If God loved everybody, why did He flood the earth and decided to keep Noah? To answer your question, sis, because Noah was chosen through Adam. You understand? To keep the people that He chosen to carry out the mission. You understand? But even through Noah, we had other children that went against the Most High. You understand? That's our problem. We just rebellious. Being rebellious is an Israelite custom. You understand? And it's some things that we just have to get in control. You understand? So again, it's just fighting against our flesh. Adam was fighting against his flesh. You understand? Noah fought against his flesh. Did what the Lord told him to do. You understand? That's the main job of being an Israelite. It's good to know you're an Israelite, but keeping the laws is what makes you an Israelite. You understand? Go ahead, sis. You got a question?
So I had a great debate with scientologist from Japan. She was telling me, if the Lord says incest is bad, and He said Adam was the only person with the Eve on earth, and He used to produce kids, and then they have to have incest. I said, well, typically they don't really mention other people at that time. However, could have been other people on earth with them because with Adam and Eve, and then going to Noah and his children, they would have to have incest in order to, I guess, reproduce. But my argument was, I don't think literally they actually did that. I think there was other people on earth that they may have produced with. Am I correct?
Well, Noah and his sons came with their wives. You understand? That's why, because the Lord preserved them women. Thank the Lord for that. You understand? Because without any women, you understand, how could we keep this thing going? Say just like with Eve. Eve it says bone of a bone, flesh of his flesh. That did not mean that they were blood related. It just means that they came from tribes. Israel is a very fruitful people. We have children all the goddamn day. I just found out I'm having a child 2 days ago. So again, it's Most High in Christ. It's just biblical. For us to be fruitful. You understand, and of course that is against the Lord to have incest. We follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't like we just was completely rebellious. No one knew. You understand? Noah knew. The reason why, how do we know that Noah obeyed the Most High? Because Noah built that goddamn ark and did what the Lord told him to do. You understand? So with that being said, the only reason why somebody would believe in that is because they're sick. You understand? To sit there and say that we reproduce off of, your biological brother or sister is because they're mentally ill, and they probably believe that they came here through incest. Which makes no goddamn sense. I'm gonna tell you something. The only people who really came here through incest were, after Lot. After Lot, he had sex with his children. His children, his daughters got him drunk, and they felt as though they could not, have any men once they left the land. And they went against their father, got him drunk, and had sex with his father, and that's where the so-called Chinese people come from. Chinese people come from incest. Look at them. You understand? It's why they suffer. They have the most Down syndrome of any goddamn race of this earth. You understand? That's where incest. That's where, if anything, that's a result of incest. Those so-called Moabites. Coming from the children of Lot, and dealing with his daughters. You understand? Go ahead.
How about Noah's daughters, because they didn't have husbands.
Say it again.
Noah's daughters, like they didn't come with husbands when they God flooded the earth.
Well, we're gonna show you. Like, let's look up the definition of ham. Right. We're gonna show you.
So like I had a scripture showing that there was other people in Genesis.
Oh yeah, let's grab that. Let's grab that and then grab the definition of Ham. So we're gonna show you how through Ham, right, coming from Noah, we can show you what Ham did and the separation and what happened. Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K.
It says, I'm gonna start on Genesis 4:16.
Mm-hmm.
And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord
Mm-hmm.
and dwelt in the land of Nod
Mm-hmm.
on the east of Eden.
Go ahead.
And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, and he built up a city.
Called Cain his wife. You understand? Knowing again that we always dealt with women. You understand? Israelite men always had wives. You understand? There's no kind of way that we didn't believe in that. That's our custom, is to have one wife, maybe more than one, on whatever the preference of the brother. But the Lord, we did what the Lord told us to do, which was to be fruitful and multiply. Man, read on.
And called this Slack. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
And he built up a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
Go ahead.
And it's like I can go read the next one. And unto Enoch was born Arad,
Mm-hmm.
and Arad begat Mehujael.
And which is going basically showing his lineage after that man. You understand? Even in the Bible, it always shows the lineage of the men. You understand? From the tribes all the way down to, we can go from Adam all the way to Christ. You understand? We have a chart right here going from Adam all the way up to Christ, showing you what was chosen and who was chosen out of the children, all the way from the seed of Adam all the way to Christ, to let you know that lineage is being traced to your father's bloodline. You understand? It's not based upon your mother's and, figuring out that, where your mother stayed and what your mother is. You are who your father is. And that's how we always been depicted. You understand? It's following through the seed line of your fathers. Go ahead, sis. You got a question?
Sorry.
It's cool.
Why do you think that the white Jews tell people that you get your lineage from your father? David to be spiteful, or is their own Bible? Is it just to be opposite and contradiction to the actual Bible?
I'm gonna tell you just straight up, for real, because they the goddamn devil. And that's why they just lie. You understand? Let me get Romans 1:25, right? I'm gonna show you why. Because again, first of all, they don't want you to know who you are. You understand? You gotta always remember that your enemy is the best tactician ever. He does not want us to know who we are, so we don't know who to go to. You understand? That's why we rely on religions like Christianity, being Islam, and those things of those natures. Because again, we suffer for the lack of knowledge. We suffer for the lack of identity. You understand? All those things as ancestry or whatever the case is, all that stuff is hustles. This is another Christianity form of getting your goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to pay for something and they're going to tell you come from the land of Ghana, this, that, and the third, try to make you more relatable to Africa when you have nothing to do with the land of Africa. You understand? The people of Africa. You don't have nothing to do with that. The white man is a devil, and we're going to show you who the white man is. Go ahead, read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1:25.
Mm-hmm.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth into God into a lie? We know who changed the truth into God to a lie. That's why exactly what you ask is, as far as what them trying to get us to look into these, ancestry lines and looking at our mothers and fathers. But we find out our pedigree through our father. You understand? Through the Bible, it always tells us about the man, so we can know where we come from. You understand? It's simple. You understand? We can have a little simple science class right quick, right? Just to bear off, and then we're gonna get right back into Adam, right? If I take an apple seed and I plant it in the midst of an orange field, what am I going to get? The apples, right? If I plant a rose seed in the middle of a sunflower bed, what do I get? A rose. Men hold seed. We carry seed. You understand? We have a natural heated incubator. You understand? And just like how men plant their seed into a woman, to whatever soil it is, that's what that seed is going to produce, whatever that is. You understand? So when it comes to mixed, what people like to say, it ain't no such thing. You understand? People like to associate themselves with other, other nations and cultures and stuff. It's just simply because we hate ourselves. You understand? We suffer for the lack of knowledge. So Hosea 4:6 tells us. You understand? The knowledge of this world is foolish. So again, once we go back to the Bible and actually learn how to trace ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Then things will start to make sense. We won't attach ourselves to other things. I hear what people say I should walk all the damn time. I ask people, well, I don't ask them, but I say, what's your nationality? They say, yeah, I'm Panamanian mixed with a little Native American mixed with a little Cambodian mixed with that. It's like, yo, goddamn, well, choose a side. You understand? Sound like that you just want to be with everybody. You understand? And that's not how reality is. You understand? We wear a jersey. You understand? Look at it like that. We wear a jersey. You know what team you playing for. You understand? We are Israelites. You understand? That knocks it all out the goddamn box. You understand? You want to be mixed up with all this, that, and the third. Ain't no such thing as mixed, man. I've never seen an apple orange in my life. You understand? Ain't no such thing. You understand? Like I said, men holding seed, literal seed, wherever they choose to, plant their seed in whatever woman, no matter if it's a white woman, no matter if it's an East Indian woman, no matter if it's an African, preferably, I would tell you if you're an Israelite, like the Lord said, you stick with your own house. You understand? That is what that seed is going to be. Now, if a woman, you understand, an Israelite woman chooses to lay down with a white man, what would that baby be now, sis?
That's a white child.
That's a white child. You understand? Because of the seed of that man. You understand? That's what gives him his identity. It's not because this is what another people like to go off with. I look, I better because I've seen some white men that their parents dealt with sisters, and they would cleave onto their mother's side because their looks. You understand? Because of how they, I know light-skinned brothers are just straight niggas, Judah. You understand? Light-skinned brothers. You understand? Look at Captain Tazari out, man. That brother is a Judite. You understand? There's no such thing as a color is supposed to make you related. All skin folk is not kinfolk. Why we say that? Because East Indians, they have darker skin. Some are darker than me. You understand? That has nothing to do with it. You understand? That is a petty argument. That is a slavery argument to sit here and talk about some goddamn color. You understand? Go ahead, sis.
And you brought up a good point about the mother, about the Hebrew Israelite woman, white men, that child's white. Would you say, being that in South America during slavery, most of the Spaniards did a lot of mixing, though you not see too many of the Spaniard females doing mixing, but did you see a lot of bloodline of like Hispanic, especially in like Brazil or Puerto Rico? They are mostly European. That's why they associate themselves with European.
I wouldn't say that. I won't want to say what I would say. You understand? I'd rather let the Bible speak. You understand? Like the Lord says that, that Ephraim will be on like a cake overturned. You understand? Like it's not, again, like we're not talking about the Spanish people. When we're talking about Latinos, we're talking about the Negroes. Those Hispanics who come from, what they like to say now today is Afro-Latino. You understand? We're talking about those. We're not talking about the white man who snuck into those lands and had sex with those goddamn sisters. You understand? And now they try to sneak their way in. Go, Lashawan.
If I could, with them, a lot of times, like you can tell. But another thing too is like you gotta think about how the men operate. Like a lot of times, men end up with more than one woman anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the natural people of that land, eventually they start to take back all of the other women is there. Like they start to deal with them again. But it is like in certain places there's a separation between some of them that might be Edomites and some of them that might be Israelites. But like the same way you gotta search here, you gotta search over there and search different places. It's just like I think they skin color give them a bad rap when we surrounded by people that look like us that are Edomites, or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, they might be something else, but they're around us. You know what I'm saying? They might be a Hamite. The father's a Hamite, the mother's a black woman. You was kicking it with the boy. He a Hamite, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing over here. It's just they get a worse rap because they're lighter. But when you be around them, a lot of times, like, you can tell their spirit.
Their spirit will tell you. You understand? Like, look at that. What's that sister? Sade. You know what I'm saying? Love her music. I ain't gonna hold you. I love her music, man. She can sing good, but that is a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Diana Ross. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's a white woman. You know, Amber Rose. That is a white woman. You understand? Like, these people. You know, again, we can't look at color. Let the spirit determine. You know, saying exactly who we are. Let me get the book of Hosea 7 and 8. And we're gonna go back to Adam. I don't want to get too far off of the subject. You know, because this is the Lashawan Qadash. You know, we gotta try to retrace where we coming from as far as our language. I wanted to get familiar with our language because it is our native language and it's very important and it is holy unto the Lord. You know, again, you know, what these Christians are doing, kind of like what we was talking about, right? The bad rep. Now, people think that, you know, the holy tongue is what Christians present. You know, this is a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? People get these popularity contests and they win through being popular. Christians don't have the holy tongue. You understand? It was given to a certain people. It was given to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but they don't, you know, they don't have the true understanding. They have the zeal to want to serve the Most High, but not according to knowledge. You know, and that's scripture. But if you got Hosea 7 and 8, we're gonna answer the question, then we're gonna move forward. Go ahead, Ashwa.
Ephraim, he have mixed himself among the people.
Ephraim has mixed himself with his people. You know, Ephraim is like, even today, Ephraim, you know, for some strange reason, Ephraim love white women. You know, I don't understand why. You know, that's just what it is. You know, Ephraim mixed himself with people. You understand? Hold on right quick. Read on.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
He's a cake not turned. You understand? What is a cake that's not turned? It's light. You understand? On the bottom, that cake get cooked on the bottom first. You understand? Usually when we used to cook cake, you know, back in the day, they would just turn it, you know, kind of like the little waffle makers you see today. You know, you go to hotels, you flip those things so you can get an even burn. You know, but imagine the Ephraim as a cake, you know, not flipped. You know, one half is dark and one half is light. You know, again, it's a skin color thing, but it don't have nothing to do with the bloodline. You understand? Read on.
Strangers have devoured his strength.
Strangers have devoured his strength. You know, even going into the land of Puerto Rico, the rich ports, right? Those goddamn conquerors came into the land and seen all the riches that they had and got hungry. Just the same way, that's just how they are. You understand? They see things and they gotta have it. You understand? They seen all the gold and all the diamonds, all the precious jewels and the agriculture, the fruits and all that, and they done got crazy, you understand? And just wanted to have every part of it. The women as well, you understand? This is the nature of, you know, the spirit, you know, of the white man, you know, is to be just a conqueror, man. You understand? It has nothing to do with him, but he wants his part. You understand? Read on.
And he knoweth it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. And the pride of Israel testified to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God.
See, and that was the only problem. That's always been our problem, man. You understand? It's just us not going back to the Lord. Like, we always, for some reason, end up doing our own thing, you know, and wanting to be mixed in with these other cultures. And, you know, these other cultures ain't really helping us benefit at all. I don't understand why in 2021 anybody's a goddamn Christian.
Right.
You understand? Christianity has been destroying our people since I was born. So I know it's been destroying, you know, the people present before me. You understand? There's no solution in the Christian church. There's no solution outside of the laws of the Bible. You understand? There's over 613 laws in the Bible. I've never learned that outside of, you know, here. You understand? I've been a Christian church. I'm pretty sure we all come from a Christian background, most of us, right? You know, they never told me anything about 613 laws that were in the Bible. They told me 10 commandments, and you know what? They didn't even keep those 10 goddamn commandments, man. You understand? That's why here in the Israelite school, we embody this. And again, we teach and prove We teach and prove, you understand, that this Bible belongs to a certain kind of people, and a certain kind of people that has always had this law have always been in the condition of being up or down. You understand? That's why right now we're down. You understand? It's like we never been up before. We have the dark ages. You understand? We had times where we actually ruled. You understand? But now we're down because we disobeyed the Lord. Now I want to get back to Genesis. My bad, Salakia. Right, where Adam was chosen, right? Because we just read in 2nd Ezra 6:54 that Adam was given dominion over the earth. Now we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 2, right? Chapter 2, and where I want to go. Chapter 2, and let's go to 2 and. Bear with me. Let's go to 2 and 7. Right? So again, what we doing here, again, this is the Lashawan Qadash class. We do have the Hebrew alphabet right here presenting itself, right? We have the Assyrian and we have the ancient. Now, the Assyrian, is what's so-called today's, the Jewish man, the devil's goddamn language, man. You understand? This is the language that he took from us. You understand? He took from us and added his own little twist to it to get us further and further away from our original language, man, being the serpent that he is. Now, go ahead, read what you got, Ashawat.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. What does that mean, sister? Do you understand? Do you have any understanding?
Basically, he came up from dirt, like he took a piece of the earth. You know how when we die, we go back into the earth. So we came from the earth because everything came from the earth. And if we look at, I guess, the science, we all made out of particles, so we are made of the same thing from the earth. I'm sorry, maybe I'm prolonged what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying that God, formed Adam from dirt.
Right.
That's what you're saying. No, that's not. That's not exactly true. You understand? Again, this is why it's so important that we get taught the Bible, because again, what was told to us, outside of the true understanding, is always something to have us think a little extra more. We got to remember that black men wrote this book. So, black men speak with colloquialism, meaning slang. You understand? Everything isn't literal in the Bible, and some things are, Now, when we talking about right here, we said the dust, right? We're talking about a state. You understand? A condition. Where does dust sit? Low, right? You understand? So us coming from what? A low state. You understand? When it says that the Lord thy God formed a man from the dust of the ground, meaning that this man was at a low state. You understand? Today we call it the trenches, right? You understand? People say, oh man, everybody, we from the trenches, we from the ghettos, we from the slums. You understand? It's a very, very, very low state. The Lord chose this man and brought him up out of the dust. You understand? Not the ground, not the earth. You gotta remember, it's formed from the dust of the ground. You understand? Read on, Ashtawat.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
All right. So what we will call the breath of life is the commandments. You understand? The Lord chose Adam, brought him up out of his low state, and gave him commandments, gave him the commandments, gave him laws, gave him orders. You understand? Go ahead, Ashtawat.
If I could, it's like you were saying, like being, you know what I'm saying, for like the type of places we from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You see what most of the people on, like we in Philly right now.
Right.
We had 400 murders.
Right.
People get running people over with their cars. They keep driving.
Mm-hmm.
The kids is killing the kids. You know what I'm saying? The adults is killing each other. The brothers is killing their women.
Mm-hmm.
all types of stuff that's going on. And then like the brothers that come from Philly that come into the UPK, the Lord gave them the breath of life and brought them out the dust. Like that's a low state for us to be at 400 murders and for us to be running each other over with cars and keep driving, and for our kids to be killing each other at 14 and 15. Like that's the dust that he talking about. Like everybody was just running around on the earth doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. And then he was like, I'm gonna take this person and bring him from his little state and then show him what I want him to do. Before he wasn't dealing with people like that. Like he was just letting them run around and do whatever. Like I think the Christian church gives us this idea of God, you know what I'm saying, and the Most High's love, like, and make it too personable to where it's like you gonna understand what he wants. That's why the scripture said his thoughts not your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making it too personal. He made us and then he sat there and he watched us. You see what I'm saying? And then he picked somebody like I'm gonna pick him and show him what I want to show him. He had an idea already for where he wanted to take it. This is the first brother he dealt with. If you read Genesis 1, it already said he made men and women before that, and then he started about Adam later.
Man, no, man, exactly. They damn right, man. That's a priest, man. Understand? So he has an understanding of exactly what it means and is able to explain it and relate it to today. You understand? This is not of our words. You understand? We're reading from the Bible. We just have the true understanding of what it is. Again, the Bible is so, here in the Israelite school UPK, it is not complex. It's what the Christians make it seem. You do what God tells you to do. Simple. You understand? That is the simplest explanation. You understand? It's to do what God tells us to do. God risen us up from the dust. We come from all different types of backgrounds. We come from, some brothers, had come from, drug dealing, you understand, whatever, murderers and all kinds of things and foul, wicked things that's out there where at one point we probably didn't even think that we were going to last another day. You understand? Even for the sisters, man, coming in from the world, whether they have, had a history of, dealing with all kinds of men, whether they have had a history with getting rid of their children, whether they have history of awful, condition, low state. You understand? We all have that one point before we came in here, you understand, especially into the Lord's house, to realize, you know what? I got to change my life. You understand? At one point, we sat there and we had to reconcile and realize and look ourselves in the mirror and say, damn, something ain't right. You understand? That is a low state. That is us being in the dust of the earth and the world. You understand? And look at the condition that we're in. You understand? We're not set on high. We're not set on, we're not equal to these nations. You understand? We sit in the low condition. It's again, we in Philadelphia, the murder rate is doubled since goddamn last year. Last year, we got to 200 murders, you understand? By the end of the year, right now, we already at 400. You understand? This is a low condition. You understand? I know it's not the norm. People don't look at these things. It's just the homicide rate. I.S.U.P.K brought out earlier, you understand, at camp, what about the children and abortions? You understand? We ain't counting them. You understand? We counting about homicides. I believe it's over 250,000 children being, being murdered, through abortion every year. You understand? That is a hellish condition. When the Lord told us to be fruitful and multiply, like who are we to sit there and get rid of our children? That child belongs to God. You understand? That is what the Lord said. Go ahead, I-S-U-P-K.
I could real quick. What's heavy about the abortion thing is, like when we think of a sacrifice, we make it all like witchcraft and all scary. But like when women, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, this place teaches them how like them sacrificing this kid now will lead to them getting to their career, will lead to them some type of prospering in the business. And that's the same thing that they was doing when they was sacrificing their kids in the scriptures. It's like, you're doing that so you can prosper under this God that you think wants your children. You see what I'm saying? Instead, Esau was telling you to kill your child for a better life in this society because the child is going to be what holds you back. The child is a gift from the Lord. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't do this. I got a career. I won 5 years. This, that, and the third. The wildest thing I heard was say, "Oh no, the baby gonna give me stretch marks. I'm not gonna have the body that I want." What kind of sense does that make? You willing to kill a baby because you so goddamn selfish? You understand? That's what the white man teaches us how to be, is to be selfish. You understand? We want to say something, sis? Oh, you had to go? Okay, no problem. No sweat. Why could you let her out? No sweat, sis. Well, it's good to see you. You understand? I see you coming in class. Good thing to keep coming. Keep coming. Of course, like again, what we talking about here, man, is just that, the fact that, abortion is leading us to, destruction, man. The abortion is having us, thinking that, what are we doing? What are we doing with having children, man? And that goes against the Most High. The Lord said that we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, man. This is from the beginning. This is when around Adam. Adam was given dominion over this earth for a reason, man, for us to keep these laws that we still have today, man. You understand? And we're reading from right now from Genesis chapter 2 and verse, where we was at? We was verse 17. No, we was at verse 16. Oh, Salakia. We was at, say it again? Verse 7. Yeah, Salakia. We was actually at verse 7. You understand? And we were just reading and said, the Lord formed the man of dust out of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. The breath of life is the commandments, man. You understand? The Lord chose Adam to get these commandments, to establish these commandments, man. You understand? And this is what we're doing here in the Israelite school, I.S.U.P.K, still keeping our traditional Lashawan Qadash, our holy tongue, our native tongue. Drop down to verse 17 right quick, Ashtawa. So we gonna keep proving that Adam was that man that used the stars not to tell his goddamn zodiac sign. He did not use the stars to tell him that he's a Libra and he's a Capricorn and he's a Capricorn, Libra, sun rising and all that. Adam did not use the stars for that nonsense, man. We use the stars to navigate. We use the stars for the Lord to speak to us, man, to give us our language, the Hebrew language, the Lashawan Qadash. That's what we use the goddamn stars for. You understand? Not to sit here and tell you because your personality, you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't have nothing to do with you. You're not a goddamn fortune teller. You know what I'm saying? Not because you're goddamn looking at the stars and the asteroids and astrology. You're not figuring out nothing. The Lord ain't give you no authority. You understand? And you are not able to tell somebody about themselves through their goddamn stars. You understand? Read what you guys. So what? Genesis 2 and 17.
But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it.
Out of the tree of good and knowledge, thou shalt not eat of it, man. The Lord was telling Adam, this is what you should do, and this is what you shouldn't do. You understand? Now we getting to the point where Adam had to sit here and name the cattle, name the beast, man. The Lord said, I'm telling you to do this. This is what you do, and this is what you're going to do. You understand? Life is simple. Do what the hell you're told to do. It's simple. You understand? You want to avoid getting shot here in Philadelphia? Do what the hell the Lord tells you to do. You understand? Go ahead, Ashwa.
If I could, tell me about what you're saying. I remember Hyman saying it's like people that don't like to do what they told, like with certain things, is always looking for a gray area. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to look for an area between what they should do and what they feel like doing, and that's where they get jammed up with everything. That's our problem. You know what I'm saying? You see a sister, she got a man. You find a way in the gray area to somehow finagle her to where she don't got a man no more, and then you deal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you're looking for a gray area to do evil, and it's like if you do that, the Lord know better than you. He know that you got your flesh that you fight with, so He trying to tell you spiritual things to fight your flesh, like so you don't do the things that will destroy your community. And when our people you see it, we out here doing what? Looking for gray areas, not doing what the Lord told us to do, and because of it, our society is destroyed. Versus if we just do what the Lord told us to do. It's like certain of us just need to like, I see that what you're saying is right, but what if I try to, and then they mess up everything.
Right. Good night. Looking for gray areas. Stop looking for goddamn gray areas, man. To sit there and try to do your goddamn dirt. Just go ahead, man. Do what the Lord tells you to do. Eat of this tree of life, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that other tree. Stay away from that other tree. That other tree gonna have you jammed up. It's gonna have you looking at yourself kind of crazy. It's gonna have yourself, going away from the Most High, man. You understand? Get this tree of life, man. You understand? Of good and evil, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the Lord was showing Adam. Eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Read on.
Thou shalt not eat of it.
Thou shalt not eat of it. Why? Because you should not know what the hell the difference is between good and evil if you just know good. Why would you want to know the difference? Why would you want to know what is bad if all you did is good all your life? You understand? It's just because we fight against our flesh, man. You understand? Do what the Lord tells us to do, and life will be simple. You understand? These commandments are not grievous, meaning what? They're not going to break your back end. They're actually going to build you up. You understand? Give you some character, some integrity, moral standards, and principles, man. You understand? This is what we live on in here in the Israelite school, UPK. You understand? Read on.
For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die.
Go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem that Adam had. You know what I'm saying? Not the problem only Adam had, but the house of Adam. You understand what I mean? House, his woman. You understand? His woman, you understand, was the reason why that they fell off. You understand? But we're going to continue to read on. Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K, read on.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Mm-hmm.
I will make him a helpmeet for him.
Give him a woman. Read on.
And out of the ground the Lord formed every beast of the field,
mm-hmm.
and every fowl of the air,
mm-hmm.
and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
Now we getting to the point, right, where Adam had a responsibility. Now he got the dominion of the earth. Now the Lord sent him all the fowls, all the beasts, all the things, all the animals. Sent him a woman. You understand? The Lord set Adam up properly. You understand? Now I'm giving you things. Now here comes your responsibility. You understand? Read on.
And every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
And to see what
he would call them.
See? Listen, man, the Lord provides you whatever you need. But now when it's time for him to get, now it's time for you to be responsible. You understand? You cannot sit here and not give the Lord back what it is that he asked for. He provided Adam with a goddamn woman. You understand? And then he gave him dominion over the goddamn earth. You think a price ain't going to come with that? You understand? Not even so much of a price. It's a responsibility. I'm giving you these things. Now you have to name these things. You understand? Now you got to figure out, what are we going to call these things? You understand? We got to figure out, with using our, this at this time, we was just, speaking weird languages and all kinds of stuff. We wouldn't have no certified language. But now, in order to talk to the Lord, with Adam going into the deep sleep and the Lord choosing him, raising him up from the dust, giving him a woman, now he's giving them the dominion of the earth. Now he said, now it's time to name these things, man. Read on. So,
and whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
That was the name thereof, man. The Lord gave Adam dominion to name all these things, man. You understand? And the reason why that the Lord chose Adam was because, again, he came from a bloodline, man. Now we have the Hebrew language, right? And we're going to get into it from the root words all the way from the root to the tool. We're going to go talk about what it is, man. You understand? Now, some of these language, some of these characters, you understand? Well, I ain't going to say some. All of these characters have root words, man. You understand? And when you actually sit here and look at, it's so unbelievable sometimes, man, as I look at the Lashawan Qadash, that the Lord really chose this man, you understand, and to name these creatures, and he actually used the stars. So again, we're gonna read, right, I would like you to read the ancient Hebrew. Go ahead and recite the alphabet, so that way the viewers, the people listening can understand, how it is that we spoke. You understand? This is not goddamn tongues that you hear in the Christian church, man. This is actually the holy tongue. You understand? This is what the Lord listens to. You understand? Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K. Let's hear how sharp you is with the Hebrew. You understand?
Is this up?
You asking me? Go ahead. Yeah.
Ka, ta, Kata Ya Ka Lamana Sa I.P.K Kwarasha.
There we go, man. God damn, my bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, it comes to you natural, right? It's not even something what we learned. We learned that a few times, right? You understand? And you gotta understand, like that is so hidden from us. But when it comes to us, man, we remember it like spiritually, like it just comes back to you. You know, I was sitting there, like, listen, like, man, I know I ain't forget this. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the spirituality part of this, man. It was given unto Adam, and Adam gave it to us. You understand? Gave it to his people. Gave it to the Lord's chosen people. Now that ain't what you hear in your goddamn your Christian pastor. You know, he ain't teaching you Hebrew. Your Christian pastor is not teaching you what Adam used, you understand, to actually name, you know, the cattles, to name, you know, the fowls and all that. He ain't teaching us that, man. You understand? And I'm gonna recite it for myself, man, so we can hear. You understand? Again, it should be a traditional. You understand that we teach our children these things and go over it with ourselves because it's ours. You understand? It's yours. It belongs to you. Black, Latino, Native American, man. So I'm gonna go ahead myself and present, you know, the Hebrew alphabets, quote unquote. Abaga dahawaza katayaka lamanasa ipa kwa ra shata. You understand? This is us. This belongs to us, man. You understand? Now, Ashtabak, I want you to recite, you understand, state your registry, you understand? State your registry to show this is how we proved ourselves amongst these other nations, man. Where we would go before, you know, our other brothers and sisters, you know, throughout the world. They may have a kingdom, and they, you understand, we may have been traveling, you know, we coming from our travels 3-4 goddamn years, you understand, we finally get to where we going, you understand, and then when we finally get there, they present us, you know what I'm saying, we will present ourselves before, you understand, the priests. And if we said the wrong things, then heads will roll, you understand. So Ashtawat, you present yourself. You coming from a 2-year drive. You coming from a 2-year boat ride now. You understand? And you hungry as hell. You know, you need the water. You can't drink the salt water. But now you present yourself before the priest. How would you do it, Ashtawat?
Ashtawat, one Yahweh, one Yahshua.
And that right there is determined what? Translate that.
You talking about my name too?
Everything. You understand? If you can't translate it, then your head roll.
Ash is fire, the Wak is in the middle of, or in the midst of. Bun is like the son of, and Yahweh is Judah, and then Bun is the son of again, and then the son of Israel.
See, so what he said was Ashtawat, meaning in the midst of the fire, right? You understand? Bun, meaning son of Yahweh, which is Judah. You understand? You understand? Judah. That right there again, it shows Christ came from he was a Jew. You understand? He comes from the same bloodline as Christ. This is how we're able to detect who needs ancestry.com when you know your goddamn registry. You understand what I'm saying? Ban Yashra Allah, which means son of Israel, son of the man of the progenitor of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. This man can, you understand, present himself, his history through knowing his registry, man. You understand? And it's very important because, again, if we don't know who we come from, we don't know where the hell we going. You understand? We don't know what it is that we need to apply to our goddamn life. You understand? On who we answering. And now that Ashawat knows his registry, his head don't roll off. You understand? So he will be allowed to come to, you know, the city. He'll be allowed to have business amongst the city. He'll be allowed to come get a rib. You understand? He'll be allowed, you understand, to make money. He'll be allowed to understand, to be able to teach other people because he knows who he comes from. That is my brother, according to the Bible. You understand? I know that he's not going to come with he's not a goddamn heathen. You know what I'm saying? He's not a dark-skinned brother. He's not an African. You know what I'm saying? He's not an African. Like, he had tried to get by and said, you know what? Hey, I'm dark-skinned nigga. I.S.U.P.K, man, he a dark-skinned brother, kind of like Christ. You know what I'm saying? He said, I might be able to get in here because of my skin color. You understand? But you come to them gates. You understand? And this is what we got for you. You understand? This is what we got for you right here. For anybody. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got for you. This is what we waiting for. This is the day we live for things like this. You understand? And you come through here and you ain't state your registry, man. This thing ain't sharp. Well, Lord allow one day I get to sharpen this thing and actually use it, man. You understand? If you said the wrong goddamn thing, your head, your tongue is going to be rolling on the goddamn floor, and I'm going to have a heathen come in and pick it up. You understand? And we're going to continue on about our damn day. You understand? But now that the I.S.U.P.K being able to identify himself through his lineage and, you know, being able to speak to Lashawan Qadash, you know, he would be able to bring forth, you know, whatever it is that he presented. Whether he may need a place to stay. He said he just came from the 2-year boat ride. You understand? I got some, you know, I got some pillows for my brother. You understand? I may have a whole feast for him just because he made it through it. You understand? Because him being my brother, you understand, and being able to detect it through what? The Lashawan Qadash, his holy tongue. Now, if I was to present myself, you know, I would go before the priest, you know, myself. Barzal Rakah, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashra Allah. You understand? Iron Spirit, you know, son of Judah, which is the son of Israel, man. You understand? That's how I would present myself amongst the priests. Because again, if I said the wrong thing, man, listen, it ain't no goddamn joke in Israel. You know how the black man is, you know how this is a black man's book. Because over there in the West Coast, man, they ask you, hey, cuz, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you from? Like, is you from around here? Who you know around here? You understand? This is black people. You understand? You cannot sit here and tell me this ain't no black man book. Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K.
I just think about that. Like even like with not even just the West Coast, like people ask you where you from, like before you fight, you say something weird, like where you from? Like,
right.
We got such a where you come from matters spirit. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, if you don't come from the right place, we're not even gonna register you as like somebody to deal with.
Listen, if you don't say the right name, we ain't messing with you.
Lie about where they came from. Like, oh, no, I'm from North, or no, I'm from over here. No, they be like, who you know over there?
Exactly.
In LA, they be like, where your granny stay?
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep.
And that's something that we always been doing.
Always.
Like we just that type of people. And if I could, the heavy part about it is when we can know who we are, like you saying, like me, we know we brothers. You know what I'm saying? And we know we follow these same laws. Like you let an African in, what happened to Joy Morgan that stuff happening to the women in your congregation? Because the Hamite don't have the Lord's rules or grip on him to make him act a certain type of way.
Right.
You let an Edomite in, he gonna come in and he just, you know, start molesting kids or doing what the hell Edomites do. Like they're gonna come in and these rules ain't supposed to be gripped on their neck. It's a shameful thing when the Israelite, we try to let you in, and you, even if you can't state your registry, then you begin to start to do things that the Israelite wouldn't do. That's why in the nation of Israel, you get kicked the hell out.
You get kicked the hell out, and you're lucky enough. I ain't gonna say lucky enough, but you're fortunate. The Lord is with you for out, and He don't let me allow to let your head roll. You understand? Like if you come in here trying to be sneaky, you understand? You gonna try to come through these doors, and what are we gonna do? Try the goddamn spirit. You understand? We feel like you Africans, we gonna have a class about how stinking Africans are. We're gonna have a class on how much we hate Africans. You come in here, a white man, you understand, dark skin, we're gonna tell you how much the white man the devil, and how much their white women don't mean nothing to the damn Lord. You understand? How much a white woman is a dog. We're gonna bring it out. You understand? The Lord said, try spirits, man. You know what I'm saying? Try everyone's spirit, just so we know. You understand? So I can know that, you know, whether you're a heathen or whether I let your head roll or I open you up with warm arms, man. You understand? That's how we should be, man. You understand? What I.S.U.P.K was saying is so goddamn important, man. Because again, in certain neighborhoods, if you ain't know nobody around the way, man, that was your neck. You understand? You was getting jumped, you was getting shot at, somebody was chasing you down the block, something was gonna happen to you because you ain't from around here, you don't know nobody around here. What are you doing around here? They're gonna look at you like a goddamn intruder. You understand? And that's exactly what it is, the Israelite culture, because wow, we're naturally protecting what is ours, man. We just gotta find out what the Lord wants us to do with it. You understand? It's good to be a soldier, but it's better to be a soldier for Christ, man. You understand? So again, with that being said, man, I'm precinct officer of 1,000 bars I recall. You know, we just did a little brief history of who got the language, the Lashawan Qadash, which was Adam, man. You understand? You go ahead and ask your questions any further from Officer Marat. You understand? Next Friday, we're going to be holding it down, Lord allow. You know, we'll show you, like he does every Friday, you know, how to read the Hebrew, how to speak the Hebrew, man. You understand? Every Saturday, man, from 10 to 11 o'clock, man, we have the Sabbath service, man, where we apply the Hebrew. Not just talking. You understand? We read, speak, and write Hebrew up in here. You understand? The water, the commanding general, YAHANNA, to be holding on this truth. You understand? So we can able to detect our bloodline from where we at today all the way to Adam. And not just because we agree like what Christians do. You understand? We know that Adam was a bone of our bone, flesh of our flesh, man. You understand? And that is our ancestors. You understand? We can prove it through the scriptures, man. You understand? With that being said, man, I'm pass class off to precinct officer of 50 I.S.U.P.K. Yeah, you can read.
We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into school, they're all in for 6 months. They're to be student only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties is a commandment. You can find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, being 10th in Hebrew. From Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gives it. Each priest fund is a free will offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is, we got next. The Feast of Dedication, the 25th day of the 9th month. The last 8 days is going to be this year, so Sunday, the 28th of November. You can find it in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 50 through 61. I'll go out to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. With that being said, the mantra, which means to stand.
Mantra is another Hebrew word, man, which means to stand. You understand?
Mantra Shabbat. Mantra Rock.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbat.